up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you my favorite exercise pairings for complex training. So before I get started, if you guys enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you're subscribed to catch all of them. Alright, so I've made a couple of videos about complex training, contrast training, even French contrast training. So if you don't know what complex training is, go ahead and give those videos a watch, then jump back over to this one. But just a real quick spark note, complex training involves doing an exercise above 80% of your 1 rep max, and then doing a plyometric exercise involving the same musculature or the same movement pattern. Now, contrast training is going to be doing an exercise at like 80 to 97% of your 1 rep max, and then just doing a drop set. So doing something with the same muscular movement pattern, but doing a lighter weight. So instead of doing like a heavy back squat to a vertical jump, which would be complex, contrast would be like a heavy back squat to a weighted squat jump, something like that. So I'm talking right now about my favorite complex training exercise pairings. If you guys want to see some on contrast, then just leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to put that out for you guys. All right, so kicking things off with the upper body, the 3 exercises I'm going to be giving plyometric pairings for are going to be pull-ups, bench press, and a landmine bar press. So when it comes to pull-ups, the exercises that I love to partner with are going to be something like a jumping pull-up, where you hold onto the bar, you kind of jump and pull yourself up, or even doing an assisted pull-up where you have a band attached to help you so you can get a little bit more explosive, a clapping pull-up where you pull yourself up, you clap at the top, you catch, something simple like a med ball toss, a med ball slam, anything that kind of gets that, get the lats, the back involved. Even doing something like a med ball reverse throw, where you load your hips back, you throw that med ball over the back of your head as far as you can. That is a great option to not only get like the full hip hinge in there, but also to activate the back in the same musculature as the pull-ups. All right, so next up for the bench press, I think my favorite plyometric exercise is going to be a supine med ball chest toss. So that's when you lie on the ground, you have somebody above you dropping the med ball, you catch it and then throw it back up. Doing a med ball shot put I love just because I think it's super fun. You can put a lot of power behind it. I love doing accelerated push-ups. You can either do that by doing it on a bench, you can put a band around your elbows and help it spring you up. You can even attach a band to a top platform, put it around your waist as you're doing push-ups. It'll help like boing you up, you know? That's not even a word, but it gets the idea, it paints a picture. And then doing something even like a sled push with just your arms. So you can load the sled pretty light, like it's not gonna be heavy. You put your arms there and you push it as hard as you can, just like that, over and over. Obviously you have to walk up to it, load and push. That's a great exertion of power that will mimic that bench press. And then lastly, going back to some med ball examples, doing a bent over med ball slam, where you're just bent over, throwing that med ball down as hard as you can over and over, something like that. So those would be my favorites. And then for the landmine bar, I love landmine bar. I've done a bunch of videos on it. If you guys have watched those, to me, it's a great option for an overhead, like vertical press without being strict overhead. So if you want to see why I love it, you can go watch my other videos. But this is going to be very similar to a bench press, the exercises that I choose. I might do like a med ball overhead throw. You know, I'll still do some chest passes, some slams. You have a lot of options with the landmine bar because it's kind of in that like halfway between horizontal and vertical press. So I do a lot of med ball options with this. You can basically just pick any of the other options that I listed. All right, moving on to lower body. So I love doing lower body and complex training because you have so many options. Upper body's cool, yeah, whatever, med ball stuff, I don't care. Lower body, that is my style. So you can do so many things. Let's say we're going with a heavy back squat. You can even do like a heavy trap bar, it really doesn't matter. Just a heavy squat of whatever you want. And then my favorite would be doing something like a vertical jump, a broad jump, a tuck jump, depth jumps, box jumps, accelerated band jumps. If you watched my other videos, you see me doing these all the time. I freaking love accelerated band jumps. They help you kind of with that overspeed idea where you can jump higher than you can naturally. So you get your body used to that. I love them. They are so fun. If you haven't done them, you should definitely do them for no other reason besides the fact that they're fun. Another option that's awesome is sprints. I know that sounds horrible, but it is very, very beneficial to do a sprint after a heavy move because it is the exact same musculature and it is probably the most sport specific thing we can do. But if you don't want to sprint, we'll get back to other options. So we have like a split squat jump. Basically just take a vertical jump, but you're in that split squat stance. You can even do that accelerated with the band. Doing something like a power skip, you can do it for distance, you can do it for height. You can even do like a split stance broad jump. Basically, you're just doing a broad jump in a split stance. That's really great if you are working on like acceleration or sprint speed. Doing something like hurdle jumps. You see me do these a lot, love hurdle jumps. You can either do like same height or you can do different heights, so you have a little like prep step before you have to jump high. Whatever you want to do, you can pretty much set these up however you want. And then lastly, I've been playing around with this one a little bit, an explosive bench step up. So you put that foot on the bench and then you drive up and you go up as high as you can. I've almost fallen doing these a couple times, so if you do these, be careful. Don't push your foot too far to the side like I do, because I almost decapitated myself. And no, I don't have any video clips of me nearly dying to show you. I kind of wish I did. All right, and then lastly, we're gonna be going on to deadlifts. So deadlifts are very, very similar to squats, you know, involving that hip hinge. When I do deadlifts, I very rarely do deadlifts from the ground. To me, those are fine for certain sports, but they're not the most athletic of movements, so I love doing RDLs. To me, that is extremely athletic, extremely functional, loading the hips back, driving the glutes back, and then driving forward. So when I do deadlifts, it's gonna be something more along the line of an RDL. So it is gonna be similar to a squat. You still load the hips back, load the glutes, and then have to produce power out of that. So we're gonna do same. It's gonna be some vertical jumps, some broad jumps, tuck jumps, depth jumps, box jumps. I feel like I'm just listing the same exact thing. Sprints, any of those things, but then you can get a little bit more creative. You can do an explosive pull through. You can do a kettlebell broad jump. If you're doing a kettlebell broad jump, the first time it's gonna feel weird as hell. Like just having that and then thrusting it forward and then like jumping forward, it's kind of like, whoa. But that's a really good option. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually kind of fun. So I recommend checking that out. So that wraps up my favorite complex training pairings. If you guys want me to do a contrast training pairing video, hit me up in the comments below. Like I said, we're gonna have some different exercise selections since it's not a full release of power, but it is just a drop in weight. So let me know below if you guys want me to make a video on that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Check out our Instagram at powerlift_fitness and head over to our website, www.powerliftfitness.com, and just make sure you keep checking back in. All right, I appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay rad.
Whoa, shit, you gotta do that again. You went jumping right out of the picture. I wasn't expecting that. It's like you're shot out of a cannon. All right, I got you now. I got this.